These are random NHL players, and I will be selecting 20 of them to build a brand new team. For today's challenge, I have to take whichever of the 3 players is the tallest. After 20 selections have been made, we will assemble this team on NHL 25 and simulate through franchise mode to try and get another Stanley Cup. Knowing that we have finally won a Stanley Cup, that is a massive weight off my shoulders, and it proves that it is possible. But today we are going to be taking the tallest player, so let's see who we get. First, oh no, it's not gonna... Come on, that could have been so sick, but unfortunately, you know what? Alex Tuch is still good. I'm not even upset with that, but compared to Jack Hughes, like, come on. Yeah, here we go. Eklund is not going to be that guy, pal. Oh, Lowry. Captain Lowry. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not know he was that much of a unit. That's crazy. Third forward, Vinny Roach. It's going to be Foligno, isn't it? Yeah. The Mammoth is, you know what? I might not be the biggest fan after all. Maybe it's just because it's new, but I saw it in amongst the other logos and it kind of just doesn't fit. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure that will change as I see it more and get used to it, but that's just what my most recent observation was. So we've got a certified penalty taker in Foligno, and now we've got Jack McBain. Couldn't tell you what his overall is going to be, but we are going to find out. We're only 3 picks in. The team's looking all right. That is massive. Bobby Brink, you short king. Keep showing up because you're really helping us right now. That is a massive addition to this team. And we get the Costco man himself. Sure. Blake Coleman. Oh, it's going to be Quinton Byfield. Again, I did not know he was that tall. What a unit. Bedsy. Could have been nice. I'm getting a little bit worried here. This team's looking too good. You know, and that could work in the opposite way that it should. Don't ask me. That's just the way the simulation engine seems to work. Anyways, we get Chinakhov. I can only assume that he is low 80s. Do it. No, Jason Robertson. Come on. I feel like I never see Connor McDavid show up in this generation. But at least we didn't get Lewis. I'll hit you with that. And Robertson's going to be a sniper? Okay. You know what? Fine. 3 forwards remaining. Ooh. Oh, you know what? Why, Rupe? Why did you have to make that tough? Matt Nyes is a beautician. But we gotta go. Could have the Finnish connection with Aho and Hintz. The Fantastic Finns. I'm just looking at our roster here. I know Nyes is going to be like 3-4 overall lower, but he could maybe be more of a role player that we need. Oh, man. Could also reunite him with J-Rob. Nah, the stars are aligning. We gotta go with Rupe. I guess I didn't specify, but yeah, if there is a tie, then I get to choose between the two. That's a tough one. But he is a Caps legend, so it is what it is. Our 12th and final forward is going to be Onze. No, I'm sorry, Onze. I love you. You're unreal. But we are going with Nyes. I can't pass up on him twice. I just can't do it. Plus, we already have a lot of good centermen, so I'm just trying to justify it. We get another Caps legend here right away. TVR. Oh, that would be huge. Not going to happen. Yeah, didn't think so. Broberg's solid, though. Emberson, I'm going to have to politely ask you to stop showing up. Thanks. It's going to be him, isn't it? St. Ivany. Love that for us. I can't even be upset, though. This team's already nasty. Yeah, I think we're going with Ball. Honestly, for some reason, I thought the defense would be like consistently much taller, but we're not really getting that. Jan Ruda, another right-handed defenseman. I've really been paying attention to the handedness. I know that we have at least one other right-handed defenseman because St. Ivany, that one I looked at. I think, is TVR right-handed? I'm pretty sure he is, so this could be interesting. Our final defenseman will be none other than Carson Soucy. 6'5", and he's left-handed. Appreciate you. Goalie tender time. We will not be getting you see what I see. Vasilevsky would have been sick. Would have been so cool. I mean, Luukkonen's like gonna be 85 overall, I think. I'm also wondering, this team should be cap compliant, I think. Oh no. That is super unfortunate. We get Tarasov. Could have had Sorokin had he been 1 inch taller. So away she goes. The way the cookie crumbles, if you might. Well, you guys know the drill. Let's go assemble this team on National Hockey League 25 and simulate through the franchise mode. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived on NHL 25, and your Glasgow Gladiators are 85 overall. But you know what? Hey, maybe we still got a shot here. Have some conversations, get the chemistry up, you know? The whole deal. You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Jabroni and you can see that statement is not true. You know what, Emmanuel McGinn? I'm going to give you a season goal. Just switching things up here. Make the final. Yeah, why not? End conversation. There you go. I was so pleasantly surprised with how many people got the Steiner Math promo reference. You did not disappoint. See, I actually like having Kirkland and Duhaime because they're listed as fourth line forwards, so they're going to buy into the scheme fit. We got a +5 on the first line here, Robertson, Aho, and Tuck. Beautiful. Our second line +2. We don't have a sniper on that line, though. I don't think, right? Byfield power forward? No. So, I'm going to move Chinakhov up. Maybe that's a hot take, but I want the sniper on the second line. Actually, this could be even more of a hot take, but I might do this. Have Quinton Byfield. Oh, but Byfield's got the abilities. What's he listed as? Second line forward. Yeah. What to do? Love that Lowry's listed as a third line scoring forward. That is massive. We're not going to be able to convince Nyes because he's a second line forward, but I think for the most part, we should be able to get everybody. That is me boldly assuming they're going to buy in. Not liking what I see on defense here. Wow. I did not realize how pathetic our decor was. Oh well, you win some, you lose a lot. It's all going to be water under the fridge anyway when this team goes on to win the mug. 85 overall goaltender, Tarasov backing him up at 79. This will be interesting. But I'm going to go try to talk to the boys and see if we can get that chemistry just a little bit better. I almost forgot that I needed a sticky note to track who tells me to eat poo. So that way, the next time we go around, I just talk to them. There's a grand total of 5 players we will need to revisit, but overall, I think that was pretty successful. We got a lot of green going on for offense. Defensively, we got a count up, 1, 2, 3. As you can tell, Broberg, one of the guys I got to convince. That should easily bump it up to a +3. I will say that Jason Robertson gets the most points with 89, and this team will get 42 wins. That could get us in the playoffs, maybe, if we're lucky. Not off to the best start here. 8-11-1. This team might be a stinker, which we were 85 overall with $15 million of cap space remaining, if I didn't already mention that. At the moment, there's only 2 players that haven't bought into the scheme, and they're not really top-end players anyway, so I don't think it's going to help us that much when they do eventually agree. Hold the phone. How did we get a 13-2 W against Columbus? That's wild. Susie is still being a little rat, but we've got a 5-3-2-1 here for offense, which might be the same as before. Defensively, we have a 3-2-3 now, which looks nice. Normally, I don't talk to the first line when they're already a +5. I'm going to, but I'm not really sure if it makes a difference. Let me know, please, because maybe I should be doing that. They all agreed. First time right out of the gate. That is the type of leadership we need here in Glasgow. Even with our not very impressive record, we are still floating near the middle of the division, so it is certainly possible we find a way into the dance. And once we get there, who knows what could happen? Could get a first round exit, could get a second round exit. However, we gotta get there first. And right now, we are stinky. Listen up, Carson. You're the only one that hasn't agreed yet. You, sir, have an attitude problem. 31 wins at the deadline. Yeah, it's not impressive. I'm not gonna do it. Nope, get me out of here. Continue simming. Not interested. Oh. Maybe? You know what? I'm gonna do it. You don't want to buy into the scheme fit, Carson? Well, you're gone, Jackie Moon. It is time for Arbor Jet Guy to go out there and cause some chaos. Look at this guy. First try, he buys right in. That's what I'm talking about. The post-trade deadline is among us. Let's see if we can weather the storm or if we're gonna get dusted, which I could see either happening. It's gonna be a close race. We are 4th in the division right now. We're wild carding with 38 wins. The boys can do this. It is definitely still within our reach. In fact, it is ours to lose, and we are currently doing that. 4 games remaining. The Gladiators need to gladiate and win some hockey games. That's not winning hockey games. Dallas Stars. Okay, that's a big win. we're right there. Yo, our division is buns. But I take it. I think we're just in. I think we're just in. That's insane. We finished with 87 points. Carolina Hurricanes Sebastian Aho one-upping his former team here with 36 row to 35. And the Ottawa Senators were right there. The Ducks were right there. The Florida Panthers go on to win the President's Trophy. I'm curious. We got to be... Yo. Nah. The 9th placed Montreal Canadiens didn't make the lofts. Are you sick in the head? But the 18th place Smashville Predators and the 20th place Glasgow Gladiators, they made it in. Okay. We got some points here. 96 for Seb, 94 for Robertson, 74 for Tucky. Love it. Byfield even did all right. Rupe Hintz, I would like a little more out of you, especially that plus minus. Starting to think Chinikov should be demoted to the third line. That is unacceptable, sir. Not really much to talk about for Oh yeah, look at this guy. What a clown. -9, 12 points. Arbor Xhekaj had 3 the entire year, but he was a +7. On top of that, 118 pims. How do you not love this guy? Another surprise, our goaltending was actually decent. 905 from Luukkonen. Not amazing, all right? But it's okay. And a 912 from Tarasov, which is the most shocking. I guess he only had 19 games played, but still. Jeremiah Swayman had the most W's, 38, and then there was a trio of 37s and a quadruple of 36s, so it was very close. Does anyone want to guess who led defenseman? Yeah, you. Of course it's Cale Makar. Come on, who else would it be? 95 points, 77 for Charlie McAvoy. This is, right here, what I would call offensive. That's not happening. Not too many points, actually. Apparently, Mitch Marner has no interest in signing with a Canadian team, so that's fascinating. But Pappy, 55 tucks. I see 61 down there for Pasta, so that's probably going to be the Rocket Richard. But 108 is going to be the... Oh my, I blanked so hard. The Art Ross. I don't know why that wasn't coming to me. He did, in fact, get the Rocket Richard. Let's see pins here. Let's look at some important numbers. Phenomenal. And our first round opponent is the Edmonton Oilers. Experts say we're in one. And I tend to agree. Because look at this. That first line, yucky. They got Kane with Nuge and Arvidsson. Very good. Corey Perry makes stuff happen, especially with Trent Frederick and Janmark on his line. Defensively, they're no joke either. Bouchard is super solid. Ekholm shutdown guy. Nurse and Wallman is a great second pair. And they have the Stewie decimal system backstopping them. Let's see if we can somehow pull off an upset. However, before we attempt that, I'm going to talk to Nyes and see if he'll buy into the second line. And if he agrees, then he's going up. Be smart here, Matthew. Scheme fit. You're staying there. First 3 games, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Let's see if we can even get one win here against the Edmonton Oilers. That is a phenomenal start. 5-2-L. And we lose again. Yeah, 5-2. All right, so we came out of the gate strong. And they were like, oh, yeah? You think so? We stole 2 from them. This is getting interesting, actually. Best of 3. And we take... Hey, yo. This could be one of the biggest upsets in the history of the NHL. Game 7, but of course. Real-time sim, we get the first shot of the game. We get the first goal of the game. And it is none other than Nyes. But, all right. That's the Edmonton way. You never know when they're just going to go on an offensive explosion. And they did it. Yes, Tucky ties it up. It is a 2-2 hockey game. Can we at least hold that to go into the second? It looks like we're going to do it. Perfect. Power play for the Gladiators. Come on, boys. Let's get a goal here. Take the lead. Nothing so far in the second. Pretty boring, especially compared to the first period. Like, can we do something? Anybody? 5 minutes ago, still no goals. Not exactly what I had in mind, but it saved me from a yawn. We are trailing by 1 heading into the third period. This is by no means over. Like, we could easily get a goal here, tie it up, go to overtime, and get a 4-3 OT win. Who says no? Maybe Stuart Skinner says no. That is it. Oh, okay. It's over now. Well, we tried. It was a valiant effort, and hold the phone. No. Can't be upset with the lads. I love that it was Xhekaj, too. The Stanley Cup final is between the New York Rangers and the Golden Knights. Doesn't look like much changed here. They got Barbashev, Eichel, and Stone on their first line. They've got Carlson centering the second line, which I find weird considering Hurdle is right here. Theodore and Pietrangelo is unbelievable. Then they got Hannafin, Whitecloud, Hag, McNabb. They are solid all around defensively. And Adin Hill tending the goal. And their opponent, the New York Rangers. We've got Panarin, the bread man, with JT and Zibanejad. Personally, I would most likely move Cooley up to the second line. But hey, why would you listen to me? You're in the Stanley Cup final with Kreider on the fourth line. Great stuff. Defensively, they are not as strong. I mean, they do have what does the Fox say, but all around, I would say that the Golden Knights have the upper hand there. However, the New York Rangers definitely have the upper hand in goaltending. Igor Shesterkin, 92 overall. Let's see who wins. Advancing one day at a time. Once again, you guys know the drill. All right, very routine thing going on here. 1-1 to start, so it is now a best-of-5 series, and the New York Rangers win their first game at home, I believe that would be. Just exchanging W's right here between the two. Is that a pattern break? Oh, Game 7. I wish we could go into a real-time sim, but we cannot. Alas, we must advance a day and find out that your Stanley Cup champions are the New York Rangers. What a beast. Alex Tuch, 12 points. We got 11 from J-Rob with 6 goals, so that's good. Aho did his job. First line performed. Second line, no. Third line, not really. We kind of knew our defense were stinky, so I can't be that upset. And you can't even blame goaltending because he had a 901, which again, not awesome, but it's better than being in the 8s. Like, look at this. Igor Shesterkin, Stanley Cup champion. 902 save percentage. Adin Hill had a 920. We could have had Vasilevsky. We were so close to getting him. Is that going to be a Conn Smythe winner? As a defenseman, I think it should be. 31 points in 25 games played. You are a gross individual. Oh, yeah, he just gets it. Because Panarin has 30 points. There's no way they don't give it to Adam Fox. Casey Middlestat was going crazy for the Bruins. Hey, yo, he had 25 points in 18 games. Pasta had 24 in 18. Matthews keeps the Art-Hart combo intact. Kale Maker with the Norris. Marner with the Lady Bing. Celebrini awarded the Calder. Fox, Conn Smythe, as we saw. Hellebuck gets the Vezina and the Jennings. We've got a Bill Masterton trophy awarded to Sealer. Huska was voted the Jack Adams recipient. Selke to Sidney the Kidney, because who else? Matthews with another one. And Pasta gets the Rocket Richard with 61 tucks. Here is your playoff tree. We couldn't get past round 1. We almost did it. And then Edmonton went to 7 against Tampa, where they lost, who then they lost to the Golden Knights, who then they lost to the Rangers. So, just a lot of losing going on. Well, appreciate you guys. If you could subscribe, that would be super fire. And I'm sure I'll see you sometime soon.